Cherish your loved ones, cherish your friends. Do not take anyone or anything for granted. Because who knows when the last time you may be able to speak to them or even hear from them. So please cherish those around you. Cherish everyone that's close to you, everyone that you've built a relationship with. So, without further ado, welcome to another episode of Impact Play, impacting more than just gaming. We are your weekly source for the latest news, updates, discussions, in that times have debates that revolve in and around the video games industry. You can be a part of the live show experience over at twitch.tv/the Impact Play and by clicking on the notification bell so you will be notified when we do go live or later on YouTube or even on your favorite podcast platform. To simply search for the Impact Play. I'm your show host Mohammed, otherwise known as It's Yaku. This is episode 85. On this latest episode of Impact Play, we discuss the sudden surge surrounding AMC and GameStop stocks, amongst others. A new Tomb Raider game. The reviews for the medium are in, and a Tesla that can play The Witcher, plus the top news stories of the gaming world. So, welcome to a very first segment of the show where we discuss what we have been playing, what we have been enjoying, what we're looking forward to, or just simply anything goes, even if it doesn't directly revolve around the video game. So, if you guys been paying attention to the Impact Play's Twitch and YouTube channels, I've been live streaming my game playthroughs of Gears 5, the Hypebusters DLC, and I recently just got into Apex Legends. Just watching the Season 8 trailer got me excited and just got me back into the game. I'm excited for the new map changes, the brand new legend that we're getting, then even the new changes that I've just seen even before Season 8 went live, or is going live, I should say. And like literally, I tried playing it originally on the Xbox console, but we were having issues with cross save, so I wasn't able to load up my current stats or even my current legends. So I ended up playing it on PC with no issues whatsoever. And I was expecting to play on controller, but instead I just went straight to keyboard and mouse. It was just a great experience. I had such a tremendous time. And yeah, if anyone would like to play Apex Legends, let me know. Hit me up on Discord. Hit me up on social at Itsyagu, ITSYAGOOH, or by simply typing exclamation Discord in chat now. And I haven't been playing as much as Valhalla or even Fortnite for that matter because of Apex Legends. But I am looking forward to. I'm gonna put Hitman 3 on hold for now until I play all these games, and the medium as well. The medium is on hold. It's on current hiatus because I am hopefully, as soon as I can get an Xbox Series X, I will be able to play that game because it isn't compatible on the older consoles. That's why I'm looking for a brand new console as well, a new Series X. So hopefully I'll be able to get one soon. So, without further ado, let's get into the gaming news segment. Give me a second. Let me pull up Microsoft Teams. Get everything all situated. Let's see. Where are you? Should have organized this first, but it's all good. I'll do this as we go along. Okay, I don't have anything here about it. It's just weird. Give me a second and let me pull it up. Let's see that. Let's see. I'm seeing it. It's variety. Oh, found it. Okay, I did have it open. Okay, found it. So, here's an article coming from CNET. Investors on social media hit multi-million-dollar paydays as they battled Wall Street over GameStop stock. Experts say it cannot last. Many of today's adults spent their youth in GameStop stores, including myself. They bought and sold consoles and games. They lined up for launches. Now, some of these people have become rich buying the company stock and encouraging others to do so on Reddit. GameStop's shares rocketed higher than ever expected in the past couple of weeks, and all because activity between social media investors began pushing it up. Wall Street had bet heavily that the company would fail, but as the price kept going up, investors were forced to reset their wagers. That led the stock to rocket up and then swing wildly. James Gazixi, the apparent founder of the Reddit community, at the heart of it all, told the Wall Street Journal, it's like a train wreck happening in real time. Keith Gill and the trader in the Reddit community who helped kick off the battle told the paper he didn't expect this. On Thursday alone, GameStop stock hit all-time high at $492.02 per share, only to drop more than half a minute later. And this article was written on, I'm getting an exact date, yesterday. Just making sure I have the most up-to-date article. Okay, and then it closed trading on Friday at $325. GameStop itself hasn't fundamentally changed in the past month. It's still a struggling retailer facing an uncertain future against the rising tide of online shopping, but its stock has shot up as much as 1,800%. And it's not just a table. Since the beginning of the year, these dynamics led Wall Street investors who bet against the company's future to lose billions of dollars, and the excitement is driving the hype even further. Over the past week alone, the financial world watched in shock as GameStop stock rose to unthinkable levels. Even Elon Musk tweeted about it. Putting his 43 million followers to a link of the Reddit community investing in GameStop called Wall Street Bets. By the close of regular trading Wednesday afternoon, the stock was $347.51 per share, up from the historic lows of around $3.30 per share in the summer of 2019. And then let's pull up another article coming from CNET, I believe, right? That we had? No, Investors. That one was from CNET. Okay. What is a short squeeze and what is going on at GameStop and AMC? What is that can just stock a mediocre rise? What is it that can put a stock on a mediocre rise higher? We have seen a number of stocks make truly staggering jumps higher, doubling in price on consecutive days. There are several factors that are contributing in these gargantuan moves, but one is surely the classic short squeeze. While there are new factors at play in the market today, the short squeeze has been around as long as shorting stock. What is a short squeeze? A short squeeze, you may ask. Here's how the short squeeze works. If trading thinks a stock price is going lower, they can short the stock. They borrow shares and sell them with the intent of buying them back at lower prices. This is mostly done by institutional investors like hedge funds, giving the risk and the margin required. And they are big risks. Stocks can theoretically go up infinitely, so a trader who is short can face theoretical theoretically infinite losses. Some stocks attract very high short interest, which can be viewed as the amount of shares sold short as a percentage of float of how much stock can be issued and is available for trading. The problem comes if the short prices start to rise quickly. Those that are short the stock will likely receive a margin call. These either have to put more money to secure the position or close their positions. If they choose to or are forced to close their positions, they are buying the stock to close out their position. They can push the price higher and higher. Other short sellers to do the same. This creates a reinforcing loop of buying and pushing the price higher. This is the short squeeze as those short market get squeezed out. Okay, so pretty much essentially, let me sum this up for you guys who are in, I guess, market savvy as myself. Essentially, what's going on is the Reddit community have rallied up to increase the stock value of GameStop stocks, AMC, Nokia, amongst others. And on top of that, these app brokerers, I guess you could say, such as Robinhood, and what's the other one? Webull and others have put limits on purchasing these stocks, but yet you're able to sell. And the excuse, or should I say, the supposed reasoning behind the limits were, let me try to remember. I already watched it or watched a video of it yesterday to protect securities, and then having enough money to for deposits and so on and so forth. So why didn't they just lock the whole entire market instead of just particular stocks? And on top of that, they only stopped you from buying stocks and not selling. So you could tell there's more to the story than they are letting us believe. And these hedge funds are big players or big investors of these supposed investing apps such as Robinhood. They own a tremendous amount of a majority stock. So of course they want to protect their investors. Of course they didn't do it directly, they did it indirectly to protect them without them even saying anything. Because they have to put their investors first. That's just how the world works. So that's essentially it of what's going on. Even BlackBerry. I forgot to mention that stock. Okay, I guess we'll move on to the next news story, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. It looks like we're getting a Knights of the Old Republic. I guess a new game of the Knights of the Old Republic is reportedly in development without EA or even BioWare. This is coming from IGN. A new Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic game is reportedly in the works. It is not being developed by EA and BioWare, the studio behind the original game, as reported by the VGC. These latest rumors, courtesy of credited Star Wars insider Respin Bulletin, who spoke on a recent BOB the podcast episode about the project that is said to be in development outside of EA, and that we'll never guess who the studio is that's making this game. Amongst my digging, I heard that there is a Knights of the Old Republic project in development somewhere. Thus, he said, I talked to a couple of people and I also found out that Jason Schreier said that it's not with EA and will never guess who the studio is that's making this game. Uh, yeah, that's essentially what's going on. So I'm actually excited for this, even though I think I've played the Knights of the Republic, the older games, and I didn't enjoy it because it is like it starts off slow because you have to go out and explore these worlds until the story actually builds up. So I actually went off the game before even the story built up long ago. This has definitely catched my interest. Okay, let's see what else do we have. Doom Eternal VR could be on its way according to a new Australian rating, and this is coming from Games Radar. The Australian Game Classification Board has provided a rating for a game that looks like a Doom Eternal VR edition. The recent listing for something titled Project 2021A says that the listing media type is virtual reality, and also mentions Doom Eternal developer ID Software as the game's author and Bethesda Software as its publisher, which is a pretty useful set of clues as to what the project's origin might be. If you're still not convinced, that listing outlines why Project 2021A has received a restricted 18 plus rating in the country, mentioning no depiction of drug use, nudity, or sex, but mild language, strong themes, and high impact violence, which could definitely align with Doom Eternal's signature ripping and tearing. Alright, so I'm definitely excited for VR. VR is definitely making waves. making moves to where I want it to be. True VR. All right. Let's see. Next, Tencent acquires a majority stake in Clay Entertainment. That's coming from GameStop.biz. Clay Entertainment founder Jamie Sheng announced in a forum post today, actually not today, but earlier in the week, that he has a that the studio has agreed to Tencent's purchase of a majority stake in the developer behind Don't Starve, Oxygen, not included in Griftlands. Here's a quote coming from them as well. This partnership helps us navigate a changing industry and helps us focus on what we do best, making unique experiences that no one else can. Following the takeover, Digital Extremes assured fans that it expects no changes to Warframe or how the studio operates, much like Clan's statements today. So yeah. Project 007 won't be based on any of the James Bond's actors, and this is another article coming from Games Radar. Speaking with the Danish Broadcasting Corporation, the studio's director Haken Crack said that we have been allowed to make our own digital Bond, which will not lead on a Bond actor. That's a significant departure from many past James Bond games, the vast majority of which have leaned on major films or their actors as selling points. So yeah. Next, Halo Infinite update focusing on sandbox gameplay coming this week. Another article coming from Games Radar. They're on a roll this week, actually. A lot of these articles are coming from them. A new Halo Infinite update will be arriving this week. 343's community director has revealed. On Reddit, 343's Brian Gerard replied to a user concerned about the lack of recent updates on Halo Infinite, responding that we're committed to at least monthly high-level updates, and then in the next Inside Infinite is coming out this week. However, Gerard mentioned onto one users to manage expectations for the update, saying that there wouldn't be anything like a release date announced or big screenshots. Gerard said that the update coming this week will apparently focus on Halo Infinite's in-game world. This month we're talking about members of the Sandbox team to share their insights into their vision for Halo Infinite and the work they're doing, he responded. Our goal is to offer our community more context and insights into our team and the game we're making while we're all awaiting the larger beats and full marketing machine later this year, Gerard concluded. Okay. But we did actually get screenshots of weapons. If you guys want to see that, you could check that out. And moving forward, The Last of Us TV showrunner extends deal with HBO. The Last of Us showrunner has extended his deal with HBO and HBO Max on January 25th. The Hollywood Reporter revealed that Craig Mazin is staying put at HBO for an additional 3 years. The Emmy-winning showrunner worked with HBO in 2019's Chernobyl and is currently working with the company on a series adaptation of The Last of Us. A new deal with Mazin and HBO has the showrunner collaborating with the company for another... it's the same thing, just constantly repeating what it's saying. So, next, Konami is in the process of an internal restructure that will consolidate its production divisions and move key personnel to other departments. It's coming from GamesIndustry.biz. The Japan-based publisher behind the Pro Evolution Soccer and the Metal Gear series announced these changes to investors, detailing that the new appointments for various executives and managers within this notice. The firm said it's is known as, I'm getting dehydrated. Dissolving. Yeah, that's the word. Dissolving the production divisions to respond to the rapid market that surrounds us. This terminology caused confusion since the production divisions have been home to the company's internal games development teams. Reports have been spread that Konami is pulling out of video games and instead focusing on its pachinko and amusement business. However, a statement to IGN reveals that this is not the case. The announcement refers to an internal restructure, with production divisions being consolidated. A spokesperson said, "We have not shut down our video games division. Key members of three production divisions have taken on new roles within our wider production departments." Okay, next. Uh, okay. Here's an article coming from Windows Central. Windows Central. What you need to know: Microsoft has detailed its FY 21 quarter two earnings. So I'm assuming it's for this year of quarter two. Reportedly, $43.1 billion company-wide revenue with a 51% uptick in video game revenue. This follows the launch of its latest Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S consoles, which saw hardware revenue climb 86% year over year. Xbox software and services also grew 40% annually, attributed to its first-party and third-party game lineups, including Xbox game subscriptions. That's a nice summary. Alright, here's an article coming from Kotaku. Golem has been delayed to next year, 2022. The Lord of the Rings Golem, currently in development by German studio Delic Entertainment, has had its release date pushed back a year. The delay was shared alongside the announcement that Lord of the Rings Golem will be published by Namco. It's planned for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series XS, and the Xbox One, Switch, and even PC. As we're concentrating on the character of Golem, and we're telling his story before we learn about what happens to him in the books. The Alex CEO Karsten Fichtelman told PC Gamer 2019, "We're looking for ways to tell stories that haven't been shown in the movies. We'll tell the story of a character we're familiar with, but not repeating what we already know." Okay. Alright, here's a nice little tidbit. Netflix has at least one new movie coming out every week this year. From Red Notice, starring Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds, to Don't Look Up, starring Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio. This is coming from a tweet coming from IGN. Alright, moving forward. Alright. Oh, here's a nice little thing as well. Apple is launching a limited edition Black Unity Collection Apple Watch. This is coming from The Verge. Apple is launching a limited edition Apple Watch for Black History Month with a unique watch band, new watch face, and and some of the proceeds are going towards civil rights organizations. The watch, part of a new Black Unity collection of products, comes with a black, green, and red striped band and face meant to reflect the Pan-American flag. It otherwise appears to be the standard aluminum version of the Apple Watch Series 6. The products will go on sale starting tomorrow at Apple and Target, but the band will be on sale all year. But the watch as a whole will only be sold in February. So that's nice on Apple. Ah, nice. Oh yeah, this one I just heard about this recently as well. Here's an article coming from Variety on January 26th. Kevin Hart is joining Katie Blanchett in the cast of Borderlands, a movie adaptation of the popular video games. Hart will play Roland, a skilled ex-soldier turned mercenary in the Lions Gate film, Eli Roth, whose resume includes The House with a Clock in the Walls and Bruce Willis's lead actor thriller Death Wish, is directing Borderlands. So that's definitely. I didn't hear about this until I tweeted about this literally a couple days ago. This is, hopefully this doesn't turn out to be a flop or a disappointment compared to the Monster Hunter movie. So next, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Let's mention this actually. January 26th was the 1 year anniversary of Kobe Bryant's Kobe Bryant's death, as and amongst his daughter, amongst others, in that horrific helicopter crash that took the lives of those people. So I did do a moment of silence on the one of our my continued live streams of actually gameplay of what was I playing? Most likely it was Gears 5 the Hive Busters DLC. So may their souls rest in peace. It's not easy losing someone close. Okay, next. The Division 2 Next Generation Update hits PS5 and Xbox Series X next week. This is coming from Games Radar. So that's essentially it. That's all there is to know. I'm excited for that. I recently just bought the game because of the integration or cross event between Resident Evil 8 or should I remember the name? Or should I say the eighth game in the series? It begins with an H. House something. Let me look it up. Village. Okay. Next is our article from GamesIndustry.biz. Hitman 3 is already profitable, IO Interactive has announced. The stealth game launched last week, immediately shot to the top of the UK charts, and has recouped its development costs in under 7 days. We have been really happy with the Hitman 3 journey, says IO Interactive CEO Akan Abrak. It has been a labor of love between our fans and everyone at the studio. As a developer and publisher, we are immensely proud that we can say Hitman 3 is already profitable. We have recouped the total project cost in less than a week. That puts us in a really good place and allows us to confidently move forward with our ambitious plans for future products. Hitman 3 is the first full game in the series that was self-published by the studio. And Abrak tells GamesIndustry.biz that keeping marketing and PR close to the development team has been a huge benefit. So kudos on IO Interactive for such a tremendous launch. I just can't wait to play that game for myself and to see what else they have in the works. Okay, next. Here's an article coming from IGN. An animated Game of Thrones series is in the very early stages of production at HBO Max, according to the Hollywood Reporter. No deal has been linked as of yet, so it's entirely possible that the series will never materialize. But THR reports that HBO is meeting with writers for the potential project. The animated series will be reportedly follow in the same mature tone of the original TV franchise. Oh yeah, we have a hotfix for Cyberpunk. Hotfix 1.11 is available on PC, consoles, and Stadia. This update addresses two issues that appear after patch 1.1. The item randomization has been restored to the previous state. The save load exploit will be investigated further. A bug in Dawn on the Street quest has been fixed. All right. Here's an update coming from a tweet coming from PlayStation. Returnal has a new release date as of April 30th, 2021. Sony Interactive Entertainment and Housemarque have made the decision to move the release date in order to give them in order to give the team extra time to, I can't even read that, to continue to polish the game to the level of quality players expect from Housemark. See you in April. And here's another coming from the press release from Square Enix. If you guys aren't aware, there's a free demo from Balan Wonder World available now, ahead of its March 26th release date. So I'm gonna download that today. I'm definitely gonna try that out tonight, hopefully, if not by tomorrow. Next, Tencent has acquired a minority stock in Knock, which is not surprisingly, Tencent has a piece of the pie of literally every gaming company. So next, Destruction All Stars, Control Ultimate Edition, and Concrete Genie are your PlayStation Plus games for February. That's coming from the PlayStation blog. Resident Evil Village actress Janet Moes dies at 39. May she rest in peace. Following an 8-month-long battle with colon cancer. Okay, next. Tomb Raider game aims to unify the reboot trilogy and original games. This comes from IGN. Crystal Dynamics has shared a bit of information on its next current unannounced Tomb Raider, saying it's currently working to unify the timelines of Core Design's original games and its own reboot trilogy that began in 2013. While the reboot trilogy told the origin story of Lara Croft becoming the Tomb Raider, the original games featured a seasoned and confident adventurer, said game director Will Kreslak in a video posted to Twitter. The development team envisions a future of Tomb Raider unfolding after these established adventures, telling stories that build upon the breadth of both Core Design and Crystal Dynamics games working to unify these timelines. And moving on, Tesla's new Model S will apparently play The Witcher 3 on a built-in 10 teraflop gaming rig. If you can't find a PS5 versus Xbox Series X, how about the 80,000 electric sports car with comparable performance? Tesla just announced its refreshed Model S, and a new plate powertrain isn't only performance enhancing. The company claims that the car can now compete with the next generation gaming consoles thanks to a 10 teraflop gaming computer that will apparently come with every new model. So that's essentially what's going on. Next, here's an article coming from Nintendo Wire. Earlier this year, eagle-eyed fans noticed that the Astral Chain website had changed its official copyright information from 2019 Nintendo Platinum Games Incorporated to simply 2019 Nintendo, resulting in a lot of speculation that Nintendo had obtained full ownership of the IP. It turns out that they were spot on, as a new statement from Platinum head Tushi, what does that say? Atsushi Anabi reveals in a statement to VGC. Anabi said that it's as it looks regarding to the copyright, further clarifying that it is as it is written on the website. Astral Chain is their IP, and as such, there are limitations on how much we feel we should talk about. Okay, next, the Snyder Cut of Justice League is coming to HBO Max on March 18th. This is an article coming from The Verge. The original theoretical release of the Justice League debuted in November 2017, and ahead of its release, and during a difficult production, most notably, director Josh Whedon stepped in to finish the film during post-production after Snyder stepped away from their project for personal reasons. After Justice League was released, fans criticized Whedon's contributions to the film, which included a later tone. Fans started an internal campaign for Warner Bros. To release a Snyder Cut in this year. Since. Alright, so that's essentially what's going on. Epic Games announced earlier this week that it hit over 160 million new users on the Epic Games Store for PC in 2020 alone. And users spent over $700 million on the storefront over the course of that year. It wasn't entirely due to Fortnite, as third-party games constituted $265 million or 37%. The number of games also grew from 990 in 2019 to 471 available in 2020. 103 games were offered for free, with a total of 740 million free games claimed by users, which averages out to over 7.2 million copies per title given away. The company says it's up to 31.3% daily users active on the platform and a 192% increase from 2019. And its monthly active users in December rose to 56 million from 32 million the year prior. So kudos on Epic Games as well. Alright, next. Warner Brothers files a patent for their Murder Games Nemesis system. It's coming from PC Gamer. As pointed by Mark Brown in its latest Games Mark's Toolkit video, Warner Brothers Interactive have applied for a patent on the Nemesis system used in the Shadow of Mordor and its sequel Shadow of War, the system that personalizes or NPCs in response to actions players take against them. Specifically, it's a patent for Nemesis characters, Nemesis forts, social vendettas, and followers in computer games. Brown compares it to the patented floating arrow that told players where to go in Crazy Taxi, which part of the lawsuit Sega filed against Fox Interactive back in 2003 against the Simpsons Road Rage. They used the same mechanic. The suit was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. So yeah. There's a new lawsuit that accuses Valve of abusing its power to keep PC price games high. Wow. Okay. Here's an article coming from IGN. A new lawsuit filed by 5 gamers in California. Federal court accuses Valve of abusing its power to keep PC games high. According to THR, the lawsuit claims that Valve does not maintain its dominance over the PC market by offering better prices on Steam than other platforms, but that does so by abusing its power to require developers to enter what is known as most favored nations clause. So this lawsuit isn't what it seems. People are speculating that their prices are high, but their prices are on par with other platforms, and they always offer sales. But this is not. The story is more than meets the eye. Instead, Valve abuses the Steam's platform market power by requiring game developers to enter into a most favored nations provision contained in the Steam distribution agreement, whereby the game developers agreed that the price of a PC game on the Steam platform will be the same price the game developers will sell their PC games on other platforms. Okay, so it is kind of what it seems. The lawsuit also alleges that because Valve requires developers to enter this most favored nations clause, it hinders innovation by creating an artificial barrier to entry for platforms. It keeps prices high on other digital storefronts like the Epic Games and the Microsoft Store. Okay, like this, I guess this little thing that's going on, we need to have more clarification on this. But yeah. But regarding to the pricing, of course you have to match other prices. So if you sell your price more expensive or cheaper on other platforms than other platforms on the same on PC, of course those users aren't gonna buy them. So of course you have to match those prices, like it's common knowledge. Okay, let's see. Battleborn players get an extra week before the servers are turned off forever. This comes from Games Radar. Gearbox and publisher Touge announced back in 2019 that Battleborn servers would be shutting down permanently as of January 25th, 2021, and they removed the game from storefronts shortly after. However, a recent version of the timetable says that the servers will now remain live until January 31st, a full week after they previously reported it. Than was previously reported. So yeah, that's essentially it. What's going on? Fortnite. Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe is the latest character to be added to the Fortnite game universe. Is coming from the Game Awards Twitter account. All right, next. The Last of Us 2 leads the DICE Award nominees. It's coming from GameSpot. 2020 has ended, but we're not finished celebrating the year's games. The Academy Interactive Arts and Sciences has announced that the nominees for this year's 24th annual DICE Awards, and Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2 leads the way with 11 total nominations, including Game of the Year. In total, 57 different games receiving nominations in 2020, but it was The Last of Us Part 2 that led all other with all led all others with 11 nominations. In addition to Game of the Year, for it was nominated for Outstanding Achievement in Animation, Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction, Outstanding Achievement in Character for Abby and Ellie, Outstanding Achievement in Audio Design, Outstanding Achievement in Story, Outstanding Technical Achievement, Outstanding Game of the Year, Adventure Game of the Year, Outstanding Achievement in Game Design, and Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction. Another Sony executive, Ghost of Tsushima, falls behind with 10 nomination games. That received 5 nominations, including Half-Life Alyx, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Ori Will of the Wisps. Alright, next. Oh yeah, the medium reviews. Alright, so we got a 76% on Metacritic, an 8 out of 10 out of IGN, and a 5 out of 5 from Common Sense Media. And people are saying that they're definitely enjoying this game. I can't wait to enjoy it. Alright, so move on to next. The last two news stories coming from Road to VR. Despite shortages, Valve index amongst Steam's 5 best-selling products for 13 weeks straight. It's definitely kudos on them. Alright. And next, let's see. Ultraleap, the company behind the Leap Motion hand tracking controller, has released a developer preview of its hand tracking engine Gemini. By many accounts, the Ultraleap's latest software overhaul dramatically increases the ability of the company's camera modules to do more precise and stable two-handed interactions. Gemini is now available in developer preview for Windows 10 and is designed to work with all existing Leap motion controllers as well as Ultraleap's more recent stereo IR i70 camera module. In comparison to Orion, which was released in 2018, its Gemini V5 engine is said to offer better smoothness, pose fidelity, and robustness. It also improves hand initialization and brings significantly better performance with two-handed interactions. So yeah. So let me check if we have any last news stories or anything that you may have missed. What's this? There's an old school RuneScape, but it's coming, making its way to Steam next month. According to a post on Steam, you'll be able to link your existing OSRS account to pick up where you left off. Okay, next, what else do we got? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, let's see. All right. So, if you want to send us reader mail, here's how you can contact us. You want to know your feedback, your thoughts, if you have any questions you may have for us by sending us reader mail over on our Discord server, leaving a voice note over at anchor.fm/theimpactplay, or even by sending us an email to readermail@theimpactplay.com. Who knows, it may even be featured on a future episode, or even our special reader mail segment of the show. So thank you guys so much for making the Impact Play a part of your day. If you wish to join our community server over on Discord, be sure to enter !Discord in chat now. Guys, we're trying to allow subscriptions over on Twitch, and we need your help. Share the channel with your friends, your family, and anyone whom you believe would benefit from the show. Leave us a review, even just a rating on your favorite platform. Have a great one, folks. Until next time.